last video we have discussed about the origin of American history, the initial 13 colonies and how they established. Another big issue in US history is the issue of slavery. We know that slavery is a very old trend been in the history of USA.
Yeah.
So in slavery, they brought even initially white people and then Negroes from Africa to US for their own private interests, corporation or colonies interest. But gradually the movement arises to abolish the slavery,
Yeah.
but it has not happened rapidly. It was a gradual process.
Yes.
So the question is there. So what was the initial steps or the movements which lead this abolishing movement? In this our first part of the video, we will discuss the movement and their beginning, and in the next video, we will end the how it's completely abolished from US.
Yes. See, it is divided in two parts. You already know that. First is early movement,
Mhm.
which was not that much strong.
What was the early period, I mean the date of?
It started in 1750
Okay.
and it lasted till 1830.
Mhm.
So that was the first movement from 1750 to 1830.
Okay.
Basically, the early movement was started by a group called Quakers.
Quakers.
Yeah.
What terms Quakers mean?
Quaker was like an religious group from Pennsylvania. They believed that God made everyone equally
Hmm.
and God loves everyone equally, so there should not be any slaves or anything like that. They believe everybody should be equal.
Okay.
So it was them, Quakers, who have started this movement.
Okay. It was in the rate was studying about 1850,
No, 1750.
1750. Okay.
This movement lasted till 1830.
1830.
Started in 1750, lasted till 1830.
1830. So 1830s there is a next movement which would be more powerful.
That is radical movement.
Radical
That is
movement.
powerful. That is dangerous.
So we can differentiate the two movements, the cold movement and the radical movement.
Yeah, you can say that the first movement was not that much strong because the results were not good. We'll talk in this lecture about the results as well.
Okay.
So there was like 3.5 million slaves in colonies,
Mm-hmm.
but the first movement ended like 60 to 70,000 slaves. They abolished slavery from them.
Okay.
So you can say that the results were not that good for first movement.
First movement. Okay. So tell me about the second movement, which was radical and that brought powerful results in the US history.
Yeah, second movement was strong because there were like many radical abolitionists involved in them.
Mhm.
They wanted to end slavery like in minutes. In first movement, well, we should talk about the first movement first. In first movement, Quaker, like they were not that harsh.
Mhm.
They wrote petitions to the slaveholders and
Okay.
asked them to end slavery. And they didn't ask them to like do it quickly. They
I mean,
asked,
they adopted lawful means of
yeah,
for their purpose.
yes, you can say that, but they wanted
An
they
evolution style, not revolution style.
yeah, that was their type. They don't like want to do it quickly. They were not against slaveholders. You need to understand that.
Mhm.
They wanted to end it, but they wanted to end it gradually.
Gradually.
They have given like a process in 3 steps. They said there were like three kind of methods. You can say in those methods were, first was they asked them to end slavery gradually.
The first, the cold people.
Yeah, the cold people wanted to end slavery in by three methods.
Okay.
The first one was they wanted to end slavery gradually.
Okay.
They don't want to end it in minutes or hours or.
Because they knew that it is not possible to end it in one day. So
Yeah,
they
knew.
gave their own program.
See, they were not very harsh on slaveholders as well. You need to understand that they said the slaveholder should be in second method. They said slaveholders should be compensated about that.
Okay.
They should be given compensation. Government should give them compensation to free their slaves.
Okay.
And the third method was all the freed slaves. They said they should not be settled in colonies.
So where
They should
would
be
go?
settled outside US, not inside US. Because they said maybe because they think there is a difference between white and black people.
Mhm.
They thought maybe slavery will come back if the black people stays here. That's why they said
It was their plan, which was not been adopted by others.
yeah, it was not adopted by, and the results were not that good. As I already told you, there were 3.5 million slaves in the colonies, but only like 60 to 70,000 slaves were like